think everybody can hear you snoring, Malibu? You think everybody can hear you snore? Hi, Don. Can you hear Malibu snoring? You stop snoring. There you go. Hi, Missy. Hi, Tina. Hi, View. She was snoring like right there's the microphone right there. She was snoring right by it. How y'all doing? How was your weekend? Hope everybody's doing well. Yes, I see you, babe. Let's just move this over here. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to be right there by the microphone again. Maybe y'all can hear her snore. Hi, Ellen. Leona. Angie. Hi, Kat. She's like literally 6 inches from the microphone. So, how y'all doing? Hope you had a good weekend, Missy. Um, Ellen, let's see, Tina. I'm just trying to. Yeah, I know. I hope Barb comes back soon. She said the middle of April. Well, it's almost the middle of April. 2 more days. Officially the middle. Okay, Angie. Well, I hope it all goes well. Let us know after it's over. Let's see. Am I missing anybody? You can hear her purring, Laverne? Okay. And Laverne, I'm sending you a thank you. I haven't got any more things printed out yet, but I'm going to send you something too when I do some more printing. Hi, Janet. I hope you had a good weekend. Debbie, have you found anything else new to read yet? Janet and I finally finished that dumb book. I say that somebody might have liked it. I don't know. I guess when you read a lot of mysteries, you got your own opinions. Let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to say good morning to everybody as everybody comes in. Malibu's just wants to chill right here, right where I want to work. I'll zoom in when we start doing some coloring, but y'all have to see how I'm doing this when Tina comes in because Tina's coloring this. Are you coloring in this book too, View? Are you coloring in Leon's journey? Still trying to find good series. Yeah, I think June is when that once our one series comes out. And then the next one, I think the other one is in October. You are coloring this, okay? Because I'm doing it. Well, you'll see how I'm doing it. I'm doing doing the whole book at once. Hi, Riri. How you doing, Devin? Devin's getting ready to go on vacay to Amsterdam. Let's see who else. KD, Kathleen, good morning. So yeah, I spent the first few minutes just saying good morning to everybody. And yeah, Tina paper approved, right, View? Yeah, I haven't heard if she's going to be here this morning. Hopefully she will. She hadn't said anything. So she's doing okay. Hadn't heard anything. Let's see. So how to Missy. So yeah, just scrolling through and saying good morning to everybody. I did post a Catterday this weekend. I don't post them every weekend because they're so much all the same. They're so much all the same. So I try to post 1 or 2 a month. And I did not post a new garden picture because you can't really tell much difference between last week and this week. 6 days, I mean, everything's doing fine in the garden, but 6 days isn't enough to show a difference really. So I didn't post a new garden picture either, but I'll post one maybe I'll post one every other week. So on Instagram. Hi, Hard House. Let's see. Yeah, if you know, that's just the deadline for, being in the giveaway. But you can do your scavvy hunt all year long. That's what Denise does. Denise does it all year long. I do have a couple pictures. Denise went up to Samantha's fashion show Friday night, and so yeah, I'll show a couple pictures of that. Let's see. Let's see. Melinda. Let's see. Melinda. I'm trying to catch everybody here. Thanks everybody for being here. Hi. Hi, Arlene. Good to see you. Hi, CK. Okay, Malibu. Malibu disengaged. She turned off her engine and disengaged. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Gonna do it all year. Yeah, that's what Denise does. So she just had so much. She loves doing the scabby hunt. So let's see. Let me show y'all a couple pictures, and then we'll get started with pulling prompts and reading out of our book that we read out of this year. We're reading out of this. Let's see. Okay, let me look for a couple pictures. And I did pull a couple of Instagram posts as well. Let me get over to my phone. Okay, here we go. So, library. So I got this one. Terry Brett had posted this, Janet. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but uh, this is something Janet, I guess, had sent Terry. And it was, yeah, coloring page a few months ago. And Terry said she finally got to it. And she said, "Stop petting my peeves." But she finished coloring that, Janet. "Stop petting my peeves." There's Tina. Hi, Tina. Coming in saying good morning to everybody. I love that. Hi, Dot. "Stop petting my peeves." Okay, and then let's crop this down as well. Starla posted this. Let's see. Let me scroll that down. Let's see here. Let's see. Is that going to be good? Let's just. So Starla Arts posted this. So y'all go follow Starla. Starla.arts. She posted this because my phone flashes it out. It doesn't. It's not near as good as if you could go over there and look at it. So yeah. Hope you're doing well, Tina. Hi, Tex. Who else am I missing? Thanks everybody for being here. I don't know. I think Arlene. Let me go over here because I think Arlene posted something new too. Let's see. Thought I saw something this morning. I'll see if it'll load. If it'll load. What else is going on? Checking chat here. Let's see. Said hi to Riri. Did I say hi to Riri? I think I said hi to Riri. Yeah. And Laverne. Marilyn. Hi, Marilyn. Let's see. Trying to catch everybody. Justy. Thanks everybody for being here. Yeah, here we go. So Arlene did another what do you call it? Diamond painting. These things, oh, look at that. All those words. All those words, and you can't really see it that well, but it's all, look, there we go. Look at that, guys. That all the diamond painting, all those words. That's amazing, Arlene. So Adkinsell is Arlene. You can't see it there. I know, right, Riri? That's a lot. So good on you for that, Arlene. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know what Devin's talking about. Part 1 of 2. I must have missed something there. Let's see. I know, right, Janet? Janet has one of Arlene's diamond paintings. Let's see. And then Kat just posted Terry Terry Brett's IG. Hi, sister. It's good to see you. It's been a while. Hope everything's going well with you. I know, work and stuff takes your time, but that's always nice when you get to pop in here. Good to see you, sister. All right, let's see. Do I have something else here? And if y'all remember Samantha Wilkes, our coloring Samantha she's been around coloring for a long time. She hasn't colored in a while. At least I haven't seen her. She may be coloring, but I haven't seen posts. Well, she just had her baby and she had some health issues, but it seems like it's going okay now. So all y'all that keep up with Samantha, the coloring Samantha in UK, she just had her baby a couple days ago, and apparently she's doing okay now. Last I saw, let's see. I think that's all I got there. All right, let me go back over to my photos and show you a couple things that Denise. No, I guess it probably will be in Denise's messages. Let's see. Okay, so she sent me some pictures of let me find the one of Samantha and her models. I have lots of pictures, but Samantha and her models that she designed the clothes for. Let's see, here's one here. Come on, click. There we go. So here's Samantha. There's Boo and one of her models there. I think they had to do something like what do you call it? Apocalyptic type thing. I think was part of the message thing. And then here's Cam and Samantha. Let's see if I can get there. They are. He went to her fashion show. I was trying to find some of let's see, her models. Oh, here we go. And it's on the runway, so it's kind of hard. They're not real clear pictures, but there's Samantha and her two models. She had two models. And those are her clothes, Samantha's designs, rather. Let's see. Do I have anything else? So yeah, it was nice to get some pictures of the whole thing. So that was fun. I know, right, Devin? So cute. And just different pictures of her friends and stuff. Let's see here. And okay, so anyway, and last I heard, Cameron's heading to Yellowstone today. Do I know what time they're leaving? No, but yeah. So he'll be gone for 6. Well, he'll probably come. He'll come back for Samantha's graduation. He'll fly back for her graduation, and but he'll be gone. Other than that, he's out there for 6 months. Let's see. I know, right, Tina? Let's see. I know, right? Let's see. Scrolling. Belinda. I'm trying to catch everybody. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the nice comments for. She's worked all year for all these. She has 2 fashion shows during the year, and she did the museum. She works at the museum up there, a part-time job, while she's going to school. And I still haven't got the video from her of the exhibit that she worked on for the famous wedding dress designer. But she was supposed to send me the video. Let's see. Thank you, Devin. Hope you have safe travels as well. Let's see, Annette. Scrolling. I know, right, Kat. Oh, okay, Terry. It's good to see creeping, tripping over her feet, falling. Aww. Okay. Well, it's always good to see you, Terry. And hang in there. Y'all keep Terry in your prayers and Raul in your prayers. And I think I think Vale's in the hospital. I think I saw her on somebody's Mary. I don't know. Anyway, I saw her somewhere that said I think she was in the hospital. So y'all keep her in your prayers. Um, I don't, it's not part of her graduation requirement, Missy. It's part of one of her classes. It's part of one of her classes. Yeah. Let's see. So I think I've said hi to everybody. Let's see, Christina. Good morning. All right. So I think I've said hi to everybody. Remember, guys, put it in caps if you're talking to me, and make sure you have live chat clicked at the top of your chat window because it defaults to top chat and you won't see all the chat. We'll give away some more coloring bookmarks. I'm going to just keep giving those away until they're all given away. You know, I give y'all three at a time, three in each envelope. So we'll do that after a while. Hi, Joanne. Joanne, are you coloring in Leon's journey? I can't remember. So let's see. Nana, let's see. Uh, Tina, I know Tina's coloring. Tina, I don't know if you heard what I said. How I'm coloring. I'm coloring this the whole book all at once. Uh, Chip, best friend was. Oh, okay, Missy, for sure. I know that's really sad. I know Samantha's had quite a few. Well, I say quite a few. I think three of their friends have died of fentanyl over the last few years. So I'm not sorry the border is closed. I can't tell y'all that enough. I'm so glad that the fentanyl is being, at least I know it's not going away, but it's not just walking in the over the border with 30 million people. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Anyone heard anything about Mouse Guard 2? No, I have not. I haven't finished Mouse Guard 1. Have you? um, okay, thanks, Tina. Thank you. Yeah, you'll see. And it's gonna look very basic. It's gonna look very basic at first, but I'll try to do a little bit of detail. But how I'm going to color it, I'm gonna just keep it handy. I'm gonna keep it handy. So just to color in as I feel like, it's one of those kind rather than trying to finish a page. You'll see. We'll do this in a minute. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to zoom in, and let's go ahead and zoom in one. Let's readjust the focus, brighten it up just a tad there. I think that's good. All right, so we're going to color in the Book of Unusual Knowledge, but let's go ahead and do our prompts real quick in case Terry's still lurking. So Kat sends them to her, though, so thank you for doing that, Kat. All right, so this is the 13th, and we pick 5 prompts. We pick 5 prompts every week. It is a cute book, right, Tina? Have you colored any more in it? I didn't see a new page from you over the weekend, Tina. Did you do a new page? I'll go find it if you have. I didn't see a new one. Tina is coloring. Well, let me just go back over there. Tina's coloring some gorgeous pages in this book. Let's see here. Tina is Catacomic 64. And let's see what the last thing. Just got to give a second to load. Oh, are you moving on to mythographic fairy tales? Oh, she just got the book. Okay, so Tina just got the mythographic. I love the art in these books, but it's small. Not the book itself, but I mean the artwork is pretty small in this. But let me show you some. Here's one of the. This is Tina's coloring out of Leon's journey. Look at that. This book here that I'm going to show you. Again, well, I flipped through it, but I mean, this is Tina's coloring it. Look how adorable. Let's see. Let's zoom in on the little chickies. Look how cute. It's awesome, Tina. Let's see. She's got another one. Let's see if it'll load. Hang on. Yeah, I saw the new mythic. Let's see. Here's another one of Leon's journey. Y'all just have to go over there and look at Catacomic 64 Tina. Look how cute. And then let's see. Here's another one. She's colored quite a few in here. Look at that. I love those flowers, Tina. Well, and the fur too. That's an excellent job. Well, did you say what you were using? Polychromos. She's using polychromos. Tina is. So has at least three different artists. Yeah. And I've looked at them. I've looked at them at the bookstore at Books a Million. They carry them at Books a Million. I don't know if they have all of them, but I've seen them there, and I've been tempted to buy them. And I think I have one or two from years ago, but they're so small. I can color them with small, like the Langow gels and stuff like that. Hi, Judio. But, yeah, it's just not as much fu I've colored so many years, and y'all know how many color books I have and how many different, techniques that I use, watered down acrylic, watercolor, color pencils, pan pastels, and I do wanna do another pan pastel here. I was gonna do one today, and I said, "Well, no, let me go ahead and show this real quick because even if you don't have this book, you could do" and I've shown something similar in another book or two that I've done this with, including Ink House, I think I started. So it's not going to be something so new that I've not shown y'all before, but I'm doing it in Leon's journey now. You have one of them, Missy? Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and pick. Let's go ahead and pick some prompts here. Let me just flip the whole thing over so we can get completely at the bottom down here and pick. I just pick a little stack and then we pick 5 off the top and write them down and keep them. And I started. I know, I started a new notebook. A new. It's not really a society. Well, it kind of is a society of ideas because it is have my ideas in it. But it's a 3-ring binder with just copy paper in it, and I'm doing all my quick sketches down for things like that I want to do, like my discs and stuff like that. I'll show it to you if y'all want to see it. I mean, I just started it. I'll show it to you if y'all want to see how I started it. It's for doing more discs in because y'all know I really don't plan them out too much, but I do get some ideas and I can usually sketch them down kind of quick. Sometimes I'll just write it out. I'll just write it out, the ideas. But I said, I'm going to do some circles and I'm going to draw some small circles that are going to be the disc. So if y'all want to see that, I'll go get it. Let's see. I think my mytho artist has. Oh, Tina has there's different mythographic artists, and there's that one is Tina's. I think View has a favorite one too. I think View has a favorite mythographic artist. I think I've heard her say about that. So, all right, here we go. Let's go ahead and pick 5 off the top. So we got any food, anxiety. We're not going to do anxiety. We just did anxiety. We don't need any more anxiety. We're throwing out anxiety. Okay. Bitterness. We're going to throw out bitterness too. We're going to do. Yeah, I can do this. It's my prerogative here. Here we go. Smile. There we go. Now we're talking. Anxiety for yes. Any food, smile. Let's see what else we got. Building, violin, and blueberry. There we go. Now we got some interesting things there. Oh my goodness. Yes, high anxiety. Yes, I remember that Mel Brooks movie. Okay, so any food, smile, building, violin, and blueberry. There we go. Oh, I will show you my garden picture. I didn't post it, but I will. Speaking of berries, I do have a berry bush that I keep the berry bush for the birds. Let me go back over to my photos here. Let's see. Here we go. So you can't really tell much difference from the last week because this is only 6 days in. But my tomato plants, my pepper plants, It's another pepper plant there. There's another. There's my perennial berry bush that I keep in the back there. I cut it way back. It gets huge. For the birds will eat off of that, and then they leave everything else alone. Then, well, this one won't go any further. We've got another tomato plant there. I got some romaine lettuce there, peppers, all there in the middle, all kinds of peppers, basil, rosemary, and lavender right there. Got a fig bush. I never tried to do a fig bush before. Tina said it takes 2 years. So there's a fig bush back in that corner. Then up here in the front, I've got lemon balm and some other little herbs right up here in the front. So yeah. And yeah, and then here's the side view. There's the side view of it right here so you can see. So there's the tomato plant. So yeah, this is a side view. And this is just railroad ties, and the railroad ties have started sinking into the ground a couple years ago, so I put bricks on top of them. So now I just put more bricks every time it starts to sink. I just pile up the bricks. Oh, anyway, thank you, Laverne. Well, we just planted them a week ago. Let's see. I said hi to Nano Mo. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure it is still too cold in a lot of places. I'm sure Canada and but yeah. Yes, I buy all my plants, Katie. I can't, I don't really have a place to seed them. I mean, I could do some in my garage, but I let the cats, the only time they go outside, unless they're on a leash, on a harness, is they like to go out in the garage. So I can't have any plants out there. They wouldn't last a minute. So yeah, I do buy my plants to start them. Let's see. Tina Arrow gardening. Yeah, I've seen some of that. Yeah. Again, I can't have any plants in the house with the cats. So, yeah. Well, put in caps, guys, if you're talking to me. And let's see, let's go ahead and do this real quick. So, there's the Terry, if you're still around, or Kat, there's the list of the prompts for the week. So, thanks everybody for playing along. And Terry always plays along. I love Terry. All right, so real quick now, and I have not picked a topic out of the Book of Unusual Knowledge that Laverne sent. We're reading out of this every week. Let's see. Let's find something. Facts of Sleep. Let's read that one. Facts of Sleep. Again, now this book is 10 years old, and so some of the stats are probably not accurate anymore. But okay, Terry, did you get the list? Let me get a sip of lemon water. Put it in caps if y'all are talking to me. Okay, and I'm going to read, so I might miss something for the next couple minutes. I've not read ahead. I just picked something that looks kind of interesting, and then we go with it. So thanks, Laverne, for sending this book. This is the book we're working on, not working through, because we're not going to go through it. We're just kind of skipping around, reading something every Monday. Okay. All right, here we go. On average, humans sleep 3 hours less per night than other primates. Chimps, monkeys, and baboons sleep 10 hours a night. Maybe that's because they don't have to get up and go to work. When we sleep, we drift between rapid eye movement, REM sleep, and non-REM sleep in alternating 90-minute cycles. Non-REM sleep starts with drowsiness and proceeds to deeper sleep, during which it's harder to be awakened. During REM sleep, our heart rate increases, our breathing becomes irregular, our muscles relax, and our eyes move rapidly beneath our eyelids. Elephants stand while they're dozing in non-REM sleep, but once REM sleep kicks in, they lie down. Ducks are constantly at risk of being attacked by predators, so they keep half their brain awake while they sleep. Studies have shown that our bodies experience diminished capacity when we've been awake for longer than 17 hours, and we behave as if we're legally drunk. After 5 consecutive nights with too little sleep, we actually get intoxicated twice as fast. The longest recorded period that a person has gone without sleep is 18 days, 21 hours, and 40 minutes. Now, again, this is, I think, 2012, 2012 is when this book was published. It took place in a rocking chair marathon. By the end, the winner was experiencing paranoia, hallucinations, blurry vision. Dude, I guess so. During their first year, babies caused between 400 and 750 hours of lost sleep for parents. At least 10% of all people sleepwalk at least once in their lives. Men are more likely to sleepwalk than women. Sleepwalking occurs most commonly in middle childhood and pre-adolescence, and it often lasts into adulthood. It is a myth that snoring is harmless. It can be a sign of sleep apnea, and y'all know that's a sleep disorder. And it says as many as 10% of people who snore have sleep apnea. And yeah, REM sleep was initially discovered years before the first studies that monitored brain waves overnight were conducted in 1953, though scientists didn't understand its significance at first. When we sleep, our bodies cool down. Body temperature and sleep are closely related, and that's why it's hard to sleep on a hot summer night. We sleep best in moderate temperatures. Caffeine can overcome drowsiness, but it actually takes about 30 minutes before its effects kick in, and they usually are temporary. It is better to get adequate sleep than having caffeine. So let's see. A couple of sleep quotes. A muffled mind makes a restless pillow. Oh, now I got my lemon water hiccups. I wonder if there's something about lemon water or hiccups in this book. Well, anyway, guys, that's out of the Book of Unusual Knowledge. And thanks again, Laverne, for sending that and reading out of it every Monday, along with pulling our prompts. Okay, so let's see here. Let me check chat real quick. Then we'll get crack-a-lackin' since Malibu. Hi, Mama Thor. And Mama Thor, I think, had a birthday last week. Mama Thor, was it last week? Let's see. I saw on Facebook. That's why. All right. Let's see. Yeah, and of course, Tina has narcolepsy, so she is a whole can of worms in and of herself. Let's see. Who else am I missing? I can buy some seeds. Grow seeds. You have a dog. Okay. Tina says, can't put it in the lemon. Yeah. I don't really drink, so that wouldn't be it, Tina. I mean, I might have a Bailey's once or twice a year for, having, Thanksgiving celebrate, something like that. But I don't drink. So, and I never liked beer. So yeah, it's pure lemon water, people. Pure lemon water. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I think it was last week, Tina, or a few days ago anyway. All right, so here's what we're doing. Let me go ahead and see. I can zoom in. Oh yeah, that's not. Well, I'll zoom in one. Let's see here. There we go. And let's readjust the autofocus and maybe the little bit of brightness there. Okay. All right. So what I'm doing, I have a piece of plastic, y'all know, and my water brush here too. So I'm going to, have that handy. But what I'm doing, is it too bright now? Did I get it too bright? I'm trying to keep it might be a little bright. Let's turn the brightness down just a tad there. Y'all have seen me do this before. Not necessarily, well, maybe it was with SuperTips. But going through the whole book and coloring, where's the lid for that? Coloring the same thing. And not, if you don't have to do every single one, or oh my gosh, you know what I mean? But what I did is I went through and I base coated all the Leons and all the, what's her name? What's the girl's name? The cat girl's name? Lily. And all of Latte and Mocha, the dogs. And I might have missed some, but that's okay. I got all my colors right here that I've been using. and going through, hi Kimberly, and coloring all those items. Now I'm gonna, again, it's just base coated. There's a couple that I've done a little bit more detail with, but this is how I'm gonna work in this book. So I thought y'all might like to see how to do this. Not that it's anything special, but y'all seen me do it before in other books. But it just thought it would be fun to do. So I'm going to do another flip, and you can see what I've done. Again, they're just base coated. They're not colored in. They're not shaded. Nothing like that. So let's see. Arlene rolls around her neighborhood with a big old jug of moonshine. No, she does not. You're starting rumors, Tina. Oh my gosh. You're starting rumors. Hi, Kimberly. Who else am I missing? I know I'm missing people coming in. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Tina, you're bad. All right, so these are the. So I, Leon is orange tabby, according to the this, and these are some previously colored. Some other artists have colored this, and they put them in the front of the book. So they have little gray mice and little squirrels and the geese or the ducks, and there's a little almost said pine cone. There's a little pine cone. Anyway, so yeah, so these are some of the already colored pages. I didn't see one of Lily, but I'm imagining Lily as a gray cat and Leon as a tabby. So that's the way I did it. So you can see I started, here's the first one. So I've already colored all the Leons base coated them. So, but we'll do other things in the book too. So I'm going to go ahead. Now my eyes are watering from laughing. I know I'm instigator. Oh my gosh. Arlene nor myself. I know, right? Oh my goodness. Hi, spare room. How you doing? Jackie is spare room. Who else? There's Fuzzy Falcon. How you doing, Falcon? Me colors. Okay, well get well soon, me. Who else am I missing? Let's see. Okay, so here's what I've done. I went through, and these are just base coated. I mean, I added a little bit of. There's two colors here, two colors of on Leon, and there's a whole story with it, and the story is written out and continues throughout the book. And of course, you get a lot of the picture. You get a lot of the story just from the pictures, right? So anyway, I'm going to flip through, and you'll see where I've colored. There's the little what do they call, mocha and latte and mocha, the little dogs. And again, that's just base coated with one color. I've not done any other coloring yet. So I'm going through and picking out the characters and coloring them in. Okay. And I'll zoom in when we color a little bit. So again, here we go. Here's Leon, just base coated with the first color. You see him over here. I've got a couple of oranges colors added in there. So what I've done, let me just do one real quick. Well, no, I'll go back. Let me go through the whole book, then we'll go back. Okay. Here's the little chickadees that Tina did, the little baby chicks. So what I would do is same thing for these little chickadees. I would just go through. Let's do this real quick. And I'm just taking my super tips and just going through and just base coating. That's how I'm starting out all the items, right? I think they have orange beaks. Well, I'm not going to get into more right now. So that's how I'm going through. So anytime there's a little chickadee, I would just take and color that in yellow. The pink bow is because Lily has a pink bow on in almost all her little pictures. Okay. So I put a pink bow on all the lilies. Let's see. Hi, Robin. Thanks. Thanks, Jackie. I'm just doing a base coat up through the whole book. So you see, here's Leon. Again, Leon's going to be a tabby, so he's going to look like this. But I'm just going through and picking them all. There's Lily with her gray and pink bow. Here's some more little chicks. So again, we could just, this is how I'm going to color the whole book. I'm just going to, when I feel like just picking up a super tip, then I'm just going to do this. And if I want to do more shading with watercolor effects, then what I'll do is I'll use my little plastic on, and I just put it on a white paper so I can see it, and then scrabble some down, and then go back in and color. All right, like here's some green frogs. Well, let me just flip through the whole book first, because I'm going to want to stop and do every little thing, you know. Yeah, so just base coating, going through and base coating everything. Okay. But of course, then I'll go through and do the rabbits and the mice and the owl. Well, I already did the owl, so, or the base coating of them. See, it's just not just messy. It's just plain old flat color to start with. But I want to go through and pick out all the different animals. See, so you can see the story really nicely just by looking at the base coated pictures. Yeah, they're just fun to do too. Some little ducks. See, I haven't done the squirrels or any of the other birds. And then again, here we go with Lily and Leon. And they met. There's a whole story about how Lily came with her owner, and Mocha and I can't remember the names. Mocha and Latte. And then they come for a vacay, and then they leave. And it's just devastating to Lily and Leon. So Leon, look, here she's getting ready to leave. They pick her up, carry her off, and Leon's going, oh no, and then there she is driving off. And so the rest of the story is Leon trying to make it over to where Lily lives. And it's across the pond or somewhere, because he gets on a boat. And there's a whole story to the whole thing. Look, there he's walking across the roof there. Here he is climbing and doing all these different things. And he stops at a party here. And, then he gets on this boat. There's all kinds of animals on this boat. All these different animals are on the boat. And remember, it's Leon's journey, right? And I'm thinking that might be Leon on the boat. Maybe, I don't know. But there's a couple of cats on the boat, so I figured that was Leon on the boat. And then they travel different places in the world. And then one of these is Leon. I'm not sure which one. Of course, there's more than one tabby, because there's a whole bunch of cats, right? But one of those is Leon. I don't know which one I want to make Leon. And little mice and stuff, so. And there's Lily. She's back home now, and it says she's really sad. She doesn't want to play. She don't want to do anything. And then Mr. Owl is trying to, come on, snap out of it. And Lily's going, I don't want nothing to do with it. I miss Leon. So there's Leon getting off the boat. They're all waving at him bye, and he's off the boat, and then he's traveling some more. And so, there's all kinds of stuff going on. Then here's the autumn collection. It goes seasonally. So I think it took him a minute. And so, yeah, there he is. There's a horse, and there's a little pig there. And again, I'm just going through, and coloring, base coating them all. And there's some little bears. And then here's the two dogs that they're Lily's family. Those two, Latte, they're Lily's dogs. There's the owl, Mr. Owl. Then he's flying off. He's flying off to go tell Leon, you need to come over here, follow me, kind of thing. So there's the owl talking to Leon. There's another little bear. And there's Leon going through a garden. And then the winter. So now it's getting to be winter. I'm thinking it was spring or summer when he met Lily back in the beginning, right? So look, he sees this little town here. He's going through and he's looking in windows. And now it's Christmas time. Garlands are being put out, and Christmas celebrations. There's a Mocha and Latte, and it's Christmas time. There's a tree. There's Lily. There's the owl. Isn't this cute, guys? Then there's just more animals here. And then back over here, there's the owl coming in. There's some baby owls there, little owls. And then there's Leon looking up and talking to the mice. And then here's, going through different, I don't know, maybe it's at Lily's house by now. I don't know. And so, yeah, going through, and the mice are going, come on, let's go this way. And then, come on, let's go this way. Leon going up the chimney there. So finally, he's looking in the window over here where Lily is, and the little mouse is going, look, there's Leon. So they finally get together at the end, and there's Latte and Mocha. There's the owl. And the little mouse is going, oh, how sweet. He's got a little tear, and they're back together. And that's the end. So that's the whole book. I didn't read the story to you, though. All right, so let's see. Who else have I missed here? Oh, let's see. Apple center on the balloon. You can color that yellow. Yeah, well, I didn't do everything that's yellow. I mean, I'm when I see something obvious like the chicks and stuff. Yeah, but let's see. Thank you, Tina. Let's see. Scrolling. So thanks everybody for being. It is a cute book, isn't it, Terry? All right, so let's go back down. Let's go past these, so you can see I started. This is more of how more of the color added to Leon, right? And then I got them pretty. They're kind of a little bit darker. There's no shading now, really, in any of this, right? So let's just kind of go through and see what I want to do. Like there's all these tulips here, some more chicks, and again, how I did Leon. Let's just do one here. So he has a pink tongue. Let's see. I need my little holder here. Come on. My little snail that holds everything in place. So he has a little pink tongue. So just base coat it, and then could add a little bit more shading there. Okay. And then all I did with him is I just kind of started with some orange. Now, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm doing this very quickly. Okay. So there's some orange and a little bit darker. I don't know. It's kind of a goldy color. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more of that. A little bit of that. And then inside the ears, a little more pink. Again, very quick, very, very not a lot of stuff going on. But then if I want to add a little bit something else, and what I'll do is let's go ahead and take the yellow here. And I'll just color some down. Y'all know this is on a piece of plastic here. SuperTips are great to be like watercolor. I'm going to take my water brush, and then I'll just go in there and kind of do a little bit more detail. Just do a little bit more detail. And I can always, at the very, very end, when I'm done with all the base coating and all this, like adding some watercolor to it like this, at the very end, when the whole book is done like this, then I'll go back in with pencils. Then I'll go back in. Thanks, Jackie. Then I'll go back in with pencils and do any more shading or detail. But first, I just want to play and do this. You know what I mean? That's really what I do. And these poppies, let me just flip through because I don't want to get too in the weeds, if you will, And again, there's another Leon, the back of his head. Let's just do this. And I'm not doing it in any kind of order. So I'm going to take these two colors again, and I'm just going to go ahead and if I go over some little branches or something, that's fine. When I get to the branches, I'll worry about that. I'll go over the branches. Okay, maybe a little shadow under the flowers there. This is the back of his head, obviously. And then I can always go back in and do individual little fur later as well. Okay, so let's put down a little bit of color, pick up the water brush, and maybe just kind of smooth it out a little. Just like if you were using watercolor. Okay, let's put a little more. And this is on a piece of plastic. Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm going to do for the back of his head for now. So you can just cut, you see though that it's not just plain yellow. So you start getting a little bit more depth. Okay, and the same thing for Lily. I can do that. And there's some little, I don't have any greens picked because I haven't done anything in green yet. Let's see. And I'm using my SuperTips here. You can get these are 150 colors. A lot of them are very, very similar. Like look at those pinks there and stuff like that. But you can get 150 of them for under 20 bucks. So that's, this is a great deal. All right, let's pick the lightest green. I'm going to pick the very lightest green. I see this lime color green. Okay, let's see here. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole frog, base coating the whole frog. And if I need anything lighter, like highlights or anything like that, then what I'll do is after I've done everything else, like the base coat and some of this kind of thing, adding some shading with the watered down SuperTips, I can go in there with the Posca and add some white detail. And then when the Posca's dry, you got to make sure the Posca's dry. Then you can go back over it with a wash, like here, like this. Put it down and with the wash of the color. Go back over where you put white, Posca down. Okay. All right. So there we go. All right. Let's just do one of these little chickies here. Let's get a little bit of. Okay. Let's just get a little bit. All right. So now I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that. Just kind of go in here just like you would a watercolor. Get in there with a little bit more. There we go. Oh, there you go. And then you can just keep adding more color, All right. Let's just keep flipping through and see where we want to stop. Let's see. Hello. Are you a different Tex? Tex, Cactus, and Crayons. I don't think I've ever seen you before, Tex, Cactus, and Crayons, unless you'd have a different name. YouTube has a way of changing our names back and forth. Unless you're Tex, our usual Tex. I don't know. All right, so let's just keep rolling here. So lots of little squirrels in here. I could go in there. Let's do that. Let's do with a light. Let's do the tan color. All right, so I'm just going to go in. Oh, that's a little dark. Let's see. Do I have a lighter? Yeah, no. Let's see this color here. Let's see. No, that's too pink. Let's see, what other color do I have? Maybe that's not too dark. It might be. I don't quite want them as dark as the dogs. You know what I mean? Let's test this color here. Let's see. That's a little better. It's more of a tan color. I just want to do the squirrels in a tan color to start with. Okay, so I'm going over their face, their ears, their eye, everything. Just base coating them in. And sometimes you got to kind of dig around and find their little bodies hidden in the flowers and stuff. Let's see. Maybe I should just zoom in a little bit more. Let's see, because things are pretty small. Things are pretty small here. There we go. That's a little better, right? My foot's asleep. Let's see. Different name. I used Jane. It used to be Jane. Jana. Okay, I don't remember Jana either. I'm sorry, Tex, Cactus, and Crayons. We'll go find you later. All right, so let's just go ahead and just do a base coat. Again, it's just a quick way. And then if you feel like, you feel like stopping and doing some detail, then do that too if you want. You know, no one says, "Oh, I can't do anything else unless I finish this whole book." I mean, I want to finish the whole book essentially, like this before I do too much detail. But if I get bored doing this, well, I'll stop and do some detail or something. You know, it's okay. You can do what you want. So again, these are just base coated. I added just a quick little base coat on the owl there. Just a little bit. I'm doing him brown with blue gray colors. All right, I got to remember to keep moving the book because you know we're zoomed in now. So let's see here. There's again base coat of Leon and Lily. There's a little bunny. I could do a light gray. Let's see. Do I have the lightest gray here? Let me see. Do I have a lighter gray? Do I have a light gray? Most of the grays are kind of going, they're already darker. Let's see. That might be my lightest gray I have over here. That's a blue gray. Let's see. Here, let's go with this one. It's gonna be the same color as Lily, but I'm gonna go ahead and base coat this little bit because I'm going to have some bunnies gray and some brown because you know the little bunnies just depending on where. Then there's a little orange. There's some little carrots there. Let me see about what orange do I have. Was this orange enough? Yeah, I think that's good enough for the carrots. No more carrots there. Oops. See, I got to remember to keep moving the book. Got to keep moving the book. Colored the little bees, a little base coat in the bees. Bunch of tassels and a hummingbird there. 2 hummingbirds. Yeah, it's a great way to break up the book, right? Again, just a quick base on the dogs. Let's go ahead and maybe do a little something on him. I'm kind of stopping and doing more on them because I want y'all to see, you know, different steps, if you will. So I'm just going to put a little bit darker here. And I'm imagining them if they're identical twin dogs. So I'm coloring them both the same. And of course, their noses will probably end up being black. But for now, let's go ahead and give them a little pink tongue. Okay. But I love SuperTips. They're so versatile. They're versatile. Get that back leg in there. Okay. Toes and everything. All right, now I'll take the lighter tan color. That might not be. Let's see, what color do I want? This one, maybe. No, I'll go with the same one. Okay, my water brush. Hang on, I'll check chat here in just a second. Now, once this, when I'm coloring, you know, doing this part here with the wipe down of color like this, the super tips are not going to move like watercolor. Like these colors here, I mean, they might move a little bit, but they're not going to move a whole lot once you lay them down. So you can't really blend and move them too much. That's why I'm laying, picking up. Can you smell what I'm laying? Denise always says, you smell what I'm stepping in? All right, so there we go, like that, And then if I want anything lighter, like I said, I can do that later. Right now, I'm just kind of getting a base, and again, I've already gone through the whole book and picked out all of the dogs and the cats, and started picking out some of the other animals and things. And it just feels like whatever color, like, you want to color some green, then find all the frogs. You want to color some yellow, go find all the baby chicks or, whatever. And I'm really not being careful. Like I'm kind of going over some of those plants, that's okay because I'm going to go back over the plants later anyway. So this just gives it a little bit more depth to start with before you do any more shading with color pencil or whatever later, or just adding some more shading with your super tips. There we go. That's good for a little bit of a base. Okay, a little bit right there. There we go. So there we go. So we got a little bit of fur going. See? All right, let's see. Hi, Elsa. Oh, good. I'm glad to see you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Scrolling back, seeing what else I missed. No, it doesn't bleed. Well, it could bleed through if you oversaturate it. It makes it a little bit wrinkled just a little bit, but doesn't bleed through. Now, again, what's going to make it bleed through, and this is true of any type of water based stuff used in your color book. First off, the paper's it's not copy paper thin. But what makes things bleed through, it's not the markers or the paint, it's the water. It's how much water. So if you're worried about things bleeding through, let it dry, because this is really wet. Let it dry and then add another layer. Okay. You can layer your watercolors in your color books if you let it dry. Got to let it dry. And you have to make sure it's 100% dry before you go in here with pencil. Otherwise, you'll just peel and tear your paper, right? The pencils will color over the super tips. Yes, they will color over the super tips, Missy. They will. But you gotta let it dry. See, this is soaking wet right now. I probably shouldn't even turn the page, but I'm going to. All right, so let's see here. I got to remember to go back and forth here. Some more little bunnies there. Little chickie or little ducks. More squirrels. Like I could do this little squirrel here, a brown. He could be a little browner. So let's do him. Let's do his front a little lighter. Let's do his back. Okay, this other leg over here. This back leg back there. And then maybe a lighter. Just like that. There, he's base coated in. Okay. These could be some little bluebirds or something, light pale bluebirds, just because we need some other colors. Or these flowers could be blue. There they are, just hunkering in together before they got separated. Just trying to scroll back and, slide back and forth so we're zoomed in. But that's how I started Leon, just a base coat of yellow. and then went in there with the orange and the, kind of tan color. And I don't know if those are peaches. Those probably are, maybe those are peaches. They kind of look a little fuzzy. Let's see what color he wants. It's a little dark. We'll do half a peach. We'll do half a peach here. Did I get them all? I think there's one up there. Okay, then I'll take the lighter. Okay, so there we go. There's some peaches blocked in. See, it doesn't take long just to base coat it in. You know what I mean? Then you can always go back. Let's make this little gray mouse. Let's see here. Let's do a little gray mouse. Don't have any more little mice. This looks like a little pigeon or something. Let's do them gray as well. Let's do them mostly white. Let's just add a little bit of gray to them. Let's keep them mostly white. There we go. So they're done. Okay, there's another couple of squirrels there. I'm just going with the flow here. Am I moving it over, or should I? Maybe I should back out one, because I have a feeling I'm not moving the book fast enough side to side. There we go. If I could just keep it right there, I think that's good. Okay, a straw hat. There's some little parakeets. Now, see, on the little parakeets, my grandma used to have little parakeets. I know they're blue and yellow. I would look one up. And see what, is that part blue and that part yellow? Because I'd want them to look like, like I wanted to look. There's a little Scotty Terrier. Scotty Terrier. Mom used to have one of those too. Let's just get him base coat in a gray. Little gray there. Little cockatiel there. Here's some more frogs. Oops, got some on his hat there. We'll fix it later. Okay, there's a little froggy there. Got his little chef hat on. Again, if you want to add more layers at this stage, you don't want to just keep going through the whole book, then make sure that if you add water with the water brush, that you let it dry before you add too many layers, because it's the water that will seep through. Although, like I said, this book is pretty thick. The paper's not copy paper thin. Okay, there's some bow tie macaroni there. All right, let's see. I watch your channel a lot over the lashes, but only as a lurker. I was always too chicken to comment. Well, now, look, everybody call her out. There's just kidding. We'll go find your channel and see what you're doing over on your channel. Texas Cactus and Crayons. So you're moving it up the wish list, Devin? Okay. So y'all go follow Tex Cactus and Crayons. Okay. I'll go follow you later. Here's some waffle cones. So that would be a good, nice base of some. Well, the thing about this, Devin, or anybody, is it stops you from being intimidated by the book too. And it just makes it kind of, you can always add more detail anytime you want. You stop and add more detail, or you can just do a whole bunch of this and go back and add, more detail. There's some little crabs there. And there he goes. He's getting on the boat there. And I'm not sure if this is supposed to be, Tina, what do you think? Is this supposed to be him in different positions, looking like how is he going to sneak on the boat? So he's peeking over here, he's hanging from the tree there. It just doesn't look like, he doesn't have a lot of stripes. So I'm thinking that's what makes me think that that's not Leon. Do you know what I mean? But then maybe she just didn't add a bunch of stripes. So, yeah, for whoever asked, this is just a base coating. Yeah, base coating. Hi, Ellen. I think those are cats that wave to him later. Oh, yeah, that's right. They do. Okay, so that's just Leon walking on the ship. Okay, good thinking. Thank you, Tina. You're right. There's some more bunnies, undersea stuff, little clownfish. We love our little clownfish. I'm probably coloring them the wrong stripe, the wrong way, but I'm gonna just put them in here like this. If you're not sure, and you want to color something correctly, like I want to get those clownfish the right stripes, and go look them up. Go look them up. I think there's only 2 there. There's a turtle, sea turtle here. Let's go ahead and just block him in. Block in the whole sea turtle green. Oh, speaking of sea turtle, and I'll show you, I'm working on some more discs for Samantha and her BFF. Her BFF liked my disc so much. She goes, oh, I want an octopus. So Samantha said, so I made her I'm working on one. But Samantha loves sea turtles, so I'm doing a sea turtle one for Samantha. So I got 3 in the works. I'll show them to y'all in a minute. I like the one the cat has tipped down ears. Yeah, I know that she drew them all with such personality, right? Let's do some little pink crabs up here. And again, we can add some more other colors to them later. Again, I'm just base coating and I'm not being extra careful. Oh, let's don't get out of line. I'm not doing that. I'm just going for it. Is there any more crabs in here? Not seeing. There's a nice little shell there. That couple of these little mussel shells could be a light pink. Let's do them a light pink. And maybe this seahorse, we'll start with the light pink on this seahorse. Oh, I'm staying in frame, guys. I'm trying. Okay, so there's a little bit of seahorse there. This shell, we'll start with that as a light pink as well. And super tips usually last a good while, but if it runs out, I mean, I do have other ones. I'm just saying I have other super tips besides these, but you just change to another color. That's what I would do. I'm not, don't stress. Don't stress. Okay, let's do this shell. I can guarantee you no one's going to notice. All right, let's see. There's that. Let's go around. Those big shells, I'll wait on those. And then, okay, there we go. All right, nice sea urchin there. I guess we got a little bit of base on there. Just doing a little bit on, different pages. And again, here's a bunch of cats on the boat. And I was just thinking maybe that one was Leon sitting next to the other cats, Tina. Oh, see, right. Those probably Leon's friends. Yeah. Leon gets aboard the ship. The fishermen catch Charlie the tuna, and Leon has lunch. Judy making up the story. Okay, and then there's some more other animals, and they go different places. Here it looks like there's pelicans. This might be Florida. Then over here it looks like the desert. So they're going places. Now I don't know how the ship got through the desert, but and then again, I'm not sure which one of these two might be Leon or if either one. Because there's like three cats here with eye patches. And then this one, I'm just thinking Leon was playing around with them. If it's not Leon, oh well. So, and there's another little gray mouse. Let's do him. So, do y'all think this is, and it doesn't have to be this book, it can be any of your books, that you just, oh, I'll never finish that. What am I going to do? I'll never finish that. Let's give him a little pink ear, little pink tail. There we go. He's got a yellow straw hat right here on his back. He's hiding under there. Okay, and there's Lily again. And I think I'm gonna give Lily blue eyes and Leon green eyes. So although I think I've already colored some eyes, what do you call it, blue on I've gone versa visa. And then the owl is going to be Payne's gray and brown. So there, and then there's Lily again. Let's give her some little blue eyes. Of course, you can always go back in with pencils and stuff. There's a whole bunch of mice. We could do those all gray as well, or brown. We can do whatever. Then there's a little friend saying bye, like Tina said or Devin said. Another little mouse right here. Let's go ahead and do him. Hanging on. And then pink tail. And pink ears inside the ears. And here's some wheat. Just coloring those little wheat. There we go. Some corn. We can go ahead and base coat on the inside of that corn. Sunflowers. We could do a little outer edge of them and some brown in the center. See, it goes pretty quick when you just, not overthinking it. But I would suggest just be brave and pick a book that you're not, oh my gosh, I missed that page. Oh, don't do that. You know what I mean? All right, so there we go. Yeah, yeah, they have some catnip on the boat, CK. Yeah, some cattails. Is there any more here? It's only those three that I see right now. It's just kind of relaxing, There's some elephants. We could get them some gray. We'll do some other things here in a little. I'm not going to do this for 2 hours. I just really wanted to, kind of breeze through the book a little bit, show a few different ways to color. And because I've done this with some other books before. And I'm going to be honest, I've not finished a book. I've never finished a book at all, ever, of one coloring it in any form or fashion. I've not finished a book. The closest I think I've come is my cat. What do you call it? Cute and Creepy by Camilla Del Greco. You feel that they're going west? Okay, that might be why. Yeah, heading west. Okay, so there's a little elephant spaced in. All right, trying to stay in frame here. There's Let's go ahead and do another little Leon here. Let's get a little, where's my little thing here? And let's go ahead and do a little bit, do another one of him. Okay, get him based a little bit. Little tail. And then I'll lay down a little bit of okay, there we go. Got them based in. And it's wet, so it's going to, you know, if I close it right now, it's probably going to transfer over here, but I'm going to take that chance because it is still wet. All right, a little rooster and little mushrooms, little piggy there. We could add a little bit more. Let's add a little bit of shade to him. There we go. He's done. Well, he's shaded it. He's blocked in. All right, let's see. Some orange. Could do a few of these, a few pumpkins in a couple different colors. Let's put a little bit of base here, and let's see, is this orange enough? Let's see, is that going to be orange enough? I think I'll do a couple. Are y'all finding this interesting at all, or enjoying it, or, you know, want to see, you know, are you anxious to see how things turn out? Because again, I'm just doing, this is all I'm doing, you know. Or give it a try, because super tips are really inexpensive and they last forever, and you can use them in so many different ways, like this way, you know, putting them down on plastic and picking them up with a water brush. And need to get to, okay, thanks for stopping in, Jackie, I appreciate it. And y'all go follow and click on her name here. Go follow Jackie, Spare Room Studio. She does amazing coloring, amazing, guys. Y'all go follow her. You will, if you're a colorist, you need to follow her. So just saying. You're not afraid to try, Ellen? Good. Hi, Marilyn. You like what I did with the cat? Okay. All right. We're gonna just, I'm over halfway through the book. I mean, getting through the book. All right. Let's just put a little bit of. Now remember, they don't blend like, you know, unless you put them on the palette and blend them. But, you know, though, while it's wet, you can it'll move a little bit, but they don't move a lot. They're not like watercolor markers, if you know what I mean. They're water-based markers. But they're not going to move like a watercolor marker unless you put it down on here and pick it up with the brush. And I don't want all of these to be orange. I want some of them maybe to be yellow or green even, you know, some different color squashes and stuff. All right, so let's see. Let's do one more in here. Okay, and what do we got else down in here? There's some apples. Could do red apples. Let's see. Again, I don't want to get too dark because I want to be able to shade it a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how dark that is. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put down a little bit of red like this. Put down a little of the darkest dark of the apple. Well, it's not going to be the end of the darkest dark, but of what we're going to do today. All right, and then I'll color some down. pick it up. And again, if you want this, add more layers of marker paint, then you got to let this dry or it will go through. I mean, it'll wet the paper. You'll oversaturate the paper and then that will go through. So let it dry. Let it dry if you want to keep adding more. And that really looks really dark on camera. Maybe if I hold it up, it won't look as dark. There we go. But it's wet, so it's not going through. But if I kept scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing, it would go through. So be aware of that. Okay, let's see. There's more little deer. So you could probably do something with those little fawns. Let's see. That might be too light. Let's see. Let's try this color. Yeah. Just get them base coated in. We'll do our giveaway here. I pulled some more of those bookmarks to color. Okay. And then my owls, I'm going to do them a couple shades of, let's see, what's that, a little bit darker around his eyes. I'm going to have his eyes be brown as well. Let's do a little bit of extra on him. Okay, now let's put down some. Get up under his little wing there. Okay, there's a start on him. Hi, Jane. Anybody else coming in? Thanks, everybody, for being here. I'm just base coating, going through the book and base coating things. A whole bunch of little mice. Got tons of mice in this book. Little hedgehog there. Oh, here, let's wait a minute. Let's stop here. Look what I found. Found another frog. See if there's any more in there. Any more little hidden frogs. Here's a little lizard. We'll go ahead and do him green. And then when I go back and do other colors on top of them, you can add a variation of green or a variation of brown or gray. This is just to base coat them and find them in the book. And it feels like you're getting something done. All right, what else do I have in here? Let's do this leaf. Kind of spread the green around here. And that one looks like an oak leaf, so I could do that one orange. Here's another green one. Am I staying in frame? All right. Devin, are you still here? Are you, if you could find any one art supply when you go to Amsterdam, what's it going to be? She's going to go to art supply store in Amsterdam. I want to know what she's looking for. If she's still here, I don't know. I haven't seen if she's still here. Um, there she is. What art supply are you going to be looking for, Devin? Let's do that one in a little bit more brown color. Let's do that. Oak leaf, a little brown. We want to know what you're going to bring back on a haul. We're going to look for that haul video, Devin. Gonna be looking for that haul video. Let's do this one brown. And then there's some little red. Those can be some little cranberries or some kind of red berries. I'm waiting to see what she says. And I'll show you all my discs that I worked on over the weekend. Yes, okay, still here. I was thinking about some Albert Dürer watercolor pencils or something Caran d'Ache or some coloring books. Well, we're thinking the same. We want to see that when you come back. So, yeah. I think Devin's going to be gone 2 weeks. 2 weeks or 3 weeks from streaming, Devin. 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Don't remember. And so you can even just do one page in this technique. You know, just even do one page with just base coating everything first like this. And then going back and shading and adding, you know, more watered down super tips or pencil. But remember, make sure that the marker and or watercolor that you add is 100% dry before you start adding pencil, because it will tear your paper. Let's see. We'll be back in May, streaming May 6th. Okay, y'all try to remember that. So she's gonna be gone. She'll be gone like 3 weeks. So yeah. Let's see. Nessa Wolfie. Hi, Nessa Wolfie. Hi, Fire Horse. Who else? Thanks, Tina. There's Devin's channel, guys. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to do maybe the crust of this pie here. Let's go in and base coat that a nice golden kind of tan color. And Janet streams at 1. Janet, do you know? And I know she's going to say, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Do you know what you're going to do yet, Janet? I know she's going to say, I don't know. And if y'all missed it last week, Zen Jen, it won the giveaway for completing the scavenger hunt in the drawing. Zen Jen did. So probably Zentangle. So I'm use my new pencils Tina sent me. Okay. And make sure you pull your Zentangle box and little booklet. Pull the booklet and the box to show too, Janet, if you don't mind, if I get to put in a request. Hi, Karen Evans. All right, let's see. Cinnamon rolls. Let's go ahead and finish just to space coat the whole pie here. All right, what else do we got over here? There's a pumpkin right there. Let's see. Let's get this here. It's like an acorn squash or a pumpkin that they're putting some stuff in, floating in there. Let's put that. See, this is relaxing to me. Zentangle is not relaxing to me. Zentangle stresses me out. The precision of it. And that's the thing that Janet likes about it. So it's just funny. The things that we like and I will show you my new sketchbook binder. I just started it, so there's not a whole lot in it, but I'll show it to you anyway. Okay, let's see. There's some other squashes back there, but I don't want to do those. But there is some cupcake. But I'm thinking this is holiday, so we probably want to do those like maybe purple or something, like it's fall, Halloween, something like that. All right, so I'm going to keep going here. Let's keep moving. There's Leon heading through the forest there. And this dog will have to color like Lucy, I think. Black and white. Then we're into the winter here. So Leon's heading into, there's some little acorns and, it's getting to Christmas. There's some little gnomies and treats, presents, some more doves. Let's see, where's my gray here? Let's do some. I don't know if they're doves but we're gonna make them white with just this will be their shadow here. Pigeons, doves, something anyway. There's a little bit of gray on them. Let's see. I'm already starting to miss winter here in Florida. Let's see. Hi, Rainbow. I'm doing a base coat on a digital coloring page in Procreate. I love Procreate. I don't use it enough, but I do love me some Procreate. I guess these are supposed to be pigeons, aren't they? I'm going to color them as such. I love taking pictures of my collages and putting them into Procreate and playing with them. I don't do it with all of them. Really, I don't do them with a majority of them. But I do enjoy it when I do throw them into Procreate and play with them. It is fun. All right, let's just put a little gray down there on these, what I'm assuming are pigeons. Some feathers are flying around. I don't know. Somebody get plucked there. A couple of feathers flying. All right, there we go. So there's some base there for the pigeons. Dee Jane and I are complaining about how summer brings the bugs back. Oh, yeah. I hear you. All right, let's see. Christmas tree. I'm not going to do that right now. Ornaments. And you see how you can just go through. You can just go through and, color some things. Let's go back to let's do these little gray mice here. Little pink inside their ears. I don't see any little tails, but. And then I'm imagining this pink bow is the mice telling Leon, look, we know where Lily is. Look, we have her bow because she's got pink bow on everywhere. So, oh, here's one more. Little hands there. Okay, let's see. Here's another one. Oh, come back here. Get the little going around its neck there. No tail showing. This one has tail showing. Get a little pink tail, a little inside the ears there. Remember, this is just base coating, not shading or anything. Just getting them based in. Here's another one. There's a lot of them. Let's do all the mice on this page, just because we can. Is that this little tail? That must be this little tail there, inside the ear. Okay. Little foot there. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm gonna stop here and I'm almost through the book. First go around, and we're gonna do a giveaway. But can y'all see how this is relaxing and it's not stressing it, because you're not thinking about perfection. You're just thinking about base coating. You can always go back in and add as much detail, shading, and all that you want. Okay, this little basket, I think that's part of the basket there. The little basket there. Let's get a base coat of all these little baskets. You can change the color at any time. That looks like a pot. Here's a basket. Add different layers of depth of some brooms over here. These could go just a base coat of this, just to get them blocked in. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking those are little bluebirds. More mice. Lots of mice here. This house, you'd think, with a cat and two dogs, they would not have all these mice in Lily's house, right? Lily's house would not have all these mice with two dogs and a cat, I'm thinking. Okay, more mice. They're trying to get Leon to get over to see Lily. There he's looking through the window. Little mouse is going, look. And then they live happily ever after. Because he was a stray. At the beginning, he lived out in the forest or the meadow. So Leon didn't have a home. He was living out. He was a wandering cat, and then when Lily showed up, so here's where I've colored in a little bit more. When Lily showed up, they fell in love, so to speak. See, I started coloring him there, and then this is just the base coated there. So then there's the dogs. So anyway, guys, let me back out. See, I think y'all get the idea. I don't want to do this all day because y'all will definitely be bored seeing the same thing because I'm not advancing to another level of coloring, another layer. So let me see what's going on in chat. I'm looking for anything in caps. Let's see. Oh, I don't know how. Let's see. The ships are aren't mega size. So Devin says, I don't want to go on a mega size. Yeah. And I know I could not do that. I could not exactly with 6,000 people. I know, right? Right, Rainbow? Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. Scrolling. Uh, see, View still here. Hi, View. Um, Arlene, they're all just talking to each other. Okay, everybody's just gabbing. All right, so I'm going to, since here is one thing I would recommend. Unless you just really are able to remember every color you use, this is how I do it. I rubber band the colors that I'm in process of using, and if there's not that many like red, I mean it's not going to matter so much, but I just keep them together like that until I get done with all these colors. Then I might go in here and let's go in with another green, some on the frogs or leaves, or some purple berries, plums, whatever. So yeah, these are 150. They run about $20 for all of them, something like that. I think Kat probably posted a link, but you can get them on Amazon. I think you can get them at Walmart. So anyway, so that's Leon's journey, and I do need to take a thumbnail, so I don't want to put it away. But let me take a quick BRB. Then we'll do our giveaway, and we will do. I'll show you my disc. I'm going to get my BRB out of there. There we go. Up in there. All right, let me do a BRB, and then we'll do a giveaway. And let's see what I put them. Here they are. My iPad and my what do you call it? Bookmarks. All right, give me just a second. I don't see the cat hiding in here anywhere. Okay. Oh, I was going to get that notebook. Hang on. So y'all know I have another notebook. I just moved things around. So I switched this notebook for another notebook so I could just fill it with blank paper. So I just started this yesterday. So there's hardly nothing in it, but I'll show it to you. Okay. Because y'all know I have my Society of Ideal Color. Oh, let me grab that too. I'm going to pull that out for a while. Let's pull that out. And y'all know I have multiples of idea journals. We showed some last week, but I'll show a couple of these in a minute too. Okay, so let's do a giveaway, and then I'll show you my discs that are in progress, and then we'll do a couple little idea notebooks. Anything else y'all want to see? Just holla. Okay, let me take a bite of banana. Look at chat. Let's see. Mrs. Book Lover. Hello. I'm a book lover too. Oh, speaking of, I posted this. Hang on, let me grab it. I just got this book a few days ago, and I did post it on I posted it on my weekly post, book of the week. We're up to week 170 now. Let's see. During the drawing, yes, thank you, Tina. Yeah. Okay, so let me get them ready. We'll do this in a minute too. So let's go ahead. I got 4 envelopes. Y'all know we do 2 US, 2 international. Let's go ahead and get these together. And I'm going to just keep doing these until we're done. What was that? Oh, fell over. Until we give all these away. We still got a lot, but I give y'all each 3, one from each of the sets. Like I got flowers, animals, and cats bookmarks to color. And I've shown them before, but just kind of flip. So like this is the flowers. Here's the animals. Here's the cats. And I got these at Books A Million. And I got them specifically to do giveaways. Okay, so let's do 2 US and 2 international. So let me just pull 2 of each. Well, might as well go ahead and pull all of them. All right, there's the flowers. Okay, animals. Just pull 1, 2. I think they don't pull out real easy. Like I can get 2 out at a time. Okay. So there's an animal in each one. And then cats. 1, 2. And the first one doesn't like to pull out. Oh, there's a cat. So there's no cat. Okay. Cat. Okay. All right. I think we did US first last time, so let's do international first. All right, let me get a pen here. All right, so when I type in go, international only, 1 to 100, and then we'll do random.org, and the first 2 people closest without going over. Send them some bookmarks to color, okay? All right, hang on, guys. All right. International only. Let me go ahead and bring up my random.org. Then I'll show you some of my other notebook Society Idea Collector. That's an older one. And then kind of what on my new sketchbook for discs. And I don't know, I haven't shown my giant posters for a while. Maybe I'll do that. So, all right, let me get to random over here. Okay, so my random.org, and here's our little number generator. Okay. All right, get your numbers and don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. Oh, so yeah, we'll just keep giving these away every week until they're gone. I'll do some other giveaways too, but I just like these because it's a project. You got to do something with it. You know what I mean? You got to color something. All right, international only. I'm going to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit enter if you haven't already. All right, here we go. First two people closest to 98 without going over. 98 international. Two people closest to 98. Oh, Tina Sweden got it right on the nose. So Tina Art Sweden. Tina Art had 98. Who else? Yeah, I know. Right on the nose. Who else is the closest without going over? Is it Pamela with 74? It might be Pamela with 74. Is that right? Okay, now this is a different Pamela than our usual Pamela. So, Pamela, I'm going to need you to send me your address. This is a different Pamela. Pamela 60. I think you're a different Pamela, unless change your name, how YouTube does. So, Pamela, send me your address. Here's my email address. I don't share your address with anybody. I don't put you on an email list. I barely remember whose addresses I have. I know, but okay. So there we go. So, Pamela, send me your address. Tina Sweden. I have yours. I'm pretty sure. Do I do, right? And I got a couple of Tinas. I think they're both in Sweden. So, Tina Art, if you're not sure I have your address, send it to me again. Y'all can send it to me again. It's not going to hurt my feelings, because y'all know I can barely remember who. I don't even remember if I have Janet's address sometimes. Yeah, don't put your address in there. You email it to me. All right, now we're going to do USA only. Same rules apply. Wait till I type in go. Same rules apply. First two people closest without going over. Okay, wait till I type in go. USA only. Okay, a sip of lemon water. Come on, hit the go. There it goes. Okay. USA. And then I'll show you that new book I got. Looks interesting. I've only read the intro and the acknowledgement. I read the whole thing. I read the intros, acknowledgments, the footnotes. I read everything when I read a book. And but I've only just got into it. So after finishing that other mystery, right, Janet? Oh my gosh, Janet and I, neither one of us could wait to get. Anyway, I don't want to disparage a book. All right, get your numbers in. USA only. All right. Let's see. Hi, sweet lady. Anybody else I might have missed coming in? Scrap Girl, thanks everybody for being here. Lurkers are welcome. If you're a lurker, go ahead, put your number in. Just got to be able to give me your your address to send you your thank you for watching, is essentially what it is to me. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. New number. There's the old number. 84. First two people closest to 84 without going over. 84 without going over. Scrolling back, scrolling. Y'all can help me. Yvonne had 85. Can't go over. Okay, let's see. Maryland's Homestead, I think you got it with 77. Okay, thanks, Kat. Dorothy, wake up. You're in the UK. Maybe she's that lag, Kat. Okay, so is it Maryland's Homestead with 77? And I don't have your address, Maryland's Homestead. Is that right? Maryland's Homestead? Oh, AD. And View had 65. Okay, I have View's address. Okay, View had 65. So View and Marilyn's home said, Marilyn, I'm going to need your address. So here's my email again. And my email's available at my About tab if you ever need it. So Marilyn, congratulations, and View as well. All right, so there we go. Let's see. Yes, email me. Yes. Okay, and I'll probably send you a print too since you're new, Marilyn. All right, so there we go. So let me put this to the side. All right, so now let me see what I got to show and tell. Let me show my discs first. The ones I told you I'm working on for Samantha and her friend. So her friend loves, and they're just glue. I have not done any painting yet. Okay, that's a little flashed out. Let's turn that brightness down. Turn that brightness down just to, there we go. That's a little better. Wanted something with the octopi. So I got this big octopus head right here, and then I put the little one over it. So, and again, I haven't painted it or anything. I'm gonna fix his little leg there. I haven't painted it or anything. Just glued down the base. So that's got that one going. I got this one going. And Samantha likes, I put that. I know I was covering something up. And I'll paint it all in, blend it all in. So this is just the base, and then we go and blend and put water and mist and all kinds of stuff. But Samantha loves sea turtles. And so anyway, so these are the three I'm working on, and I'm using not much. I'm not using much out of this book actually. This is out of there, but I think maybe the shells, but this is not out of there. This is out of Porto's book. So it's a couple of different fishy books, but this is Collage Soup, Something Fishy. So I'm working on those three. Got that going on over the weekend. Let's see. So my I say old, so it's always changing, always ongoing, but I haven't really shown some of the tabs. I won't go through too much. I'll just go through the tabs. So this is my Society of Idea Collector notebook that I restarted a year ago. Okay. And I'm going to show you the contents. Let's just go to the contents page because that's really all Denise leaves me Post-it notes. So, and I've got them all numbered, and then I have information inside each one, right? So if y'all want to write down any ideas that you need to collect ideas with, these are my Society of Idea Collector notebook, and these are the topics, and they're all numbered here with different, here they're color. I tried to kind of color code them. When you create them. Oh, thanks, Asa. Okay, so here is the contents of this notebook. And again, let me just go to number 3. Here's the colors. So where I've done color mind mapping. These are not new, but I still love them, and I still do use them occasionally. Although they're kind of ingrained in my head. So it's like, almost got them kind of the stuff kind of memorized. So that's why I started another one. And y'all know I got these, I've got so many of them, guys. Like, let's see which one here. Like this one. Here's another one that's just, it's more of a hot mess, It's just got more. Let's see if I can flip it anyway. It's got more kind of notes and things in it too, but it's, thick. It's not as organized. It's not as organized as this. Okay, so here, let me tell y'all what we got here. So we have lists. This is just how I do it. Now, again, I have a collage, I have collage section. I have sections that if you're not doing that particular medium, then you're not going to probably need a tab for that, right? 2 months ago, you did a fan page in the abandoned book with 3 stone heads. I can't right now. It's on Instagram. The reason I can't show it right now, it's up in my abandoned book collection on the top shelf up there, and I have to climb up on the table, and that requires showing my feet. And I don't want to show y'all my feet right now, although they're lovely. Some people get freaked out seeing feet. So I'm not, I have to literally, I have to stand up here to get to that book. So I'm not going to show it right now, but it is on Instagram. It is on Instagram if you want to see it. Okay, here we go. List people, places, things, occupations, transportation, nature, and it can be anything you want to make lists. I just have kind of a basic list, but you can break those down. Like people is anything living. So under people, I might have animals, birds, insects, mammals, fish. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a very like high topic. It's not broken out. Yeah, I know. See, Jana, see, I'm telling you. And thanks, Kat, put my IG in there. Y'all are so funny. I could go put some socks on and climb up there and get the book, but I really don't want to do that. Okay, prompts. Anything from like the bowl or online prompts. Anytime you do any kind of prompts, this is where you can keep the list of them. Now, of course, y'all see me write them all down first and foremost on a post-it note, and then they can move from there to here. Colors, and I just showed you you can do swatches, combos, color images, mind maps, and y'all, I just showed y'all some of the mind maps. You can do the combos like out of the and I have a couple pulled here because these are what the ones that I pulled to work on for a different month. I have a different color combo for every month from the color swatch cubes. So those are still sitting up there. I'm still debating whether to do that project. Okay, words, any kind of definitions, etymology, anything to do with words. If you want to do some kind of calligraphy, you can do your sketches, your ideas for doing words. Same thing for quotes. You know, it can be famous or it can be original. It can just be any kind of quote. Okay. YouTube and streams. I always recommend, same thing for classes and resources. I always recommend that while you're and it doesn't have to be this huge thick notebook that you're doing it while you're watching a stream. It can just be a little sketchbook, a little notebook, composition book, something to write down ideas quickly, even if it's a post-it note. But if you're watching streams and you're not working on something else, or even if you are working on something else, keep you something handy so that when you come across an idea from a streamer or something, and I don't do this every time, you know, trust me, I don't, especially because I've watched so many and Instagram, or anytime you want to remember YouTube streams, IG, anything like that, and you want to keep your notes, then file them right. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Beth. Who else am I missing? Uh, Thanks, everybody. Same thing for classes and resource. People, you can do a tab with anybody, famous artists, famous scientists, anyone to be explored. So anything that you want to elaborate and study, and it's kind of like studying and elaborating and keeping ideas and notebooks. Just any kind of notes on any of this stuff, you can keep a notebook for. Journals and themes. So what I have under here is I have all my journaling ideas and supplies. Like you know, you can use your travelers, your 5x7 journals, you know, the little thin ones, you know, where we have all the different topics, the Asian one, my Alice in Wonderland, any kind of journals you make. Keep a list of them all. Um, as best you can. And I know I move around from journal to journal all the time, but I have, you know, lots of different, I have my desk journal, I have my collage journals, I have sketchbooks, but if you write them down, just kind of just a little basic something, your supplies, your swatches, your list, your notes about your favorites, anything that you want to do with supplies. And I'm the worst about swatching. Janet's the best with swatching. But even if you just wrote down the names of them, like your oxides, if you just wrote down the names of your oxides and then took a picture of the list of your oxides, then when you're at the store and you see some on sale, oh, do I have that color already? You see what I'm saying? You can look and see if you do. Mind maps, and that's anything with lists, words, colors, themes, images, anything you want to mind map. I got a whole tab for that. Questions: who, what, where, when, why, how, why not, what if. That was Mary's what if. do anything that you have questions on, study, anything like that, anything you're asking a question on, you can have a tab for. Books to be read, your favorites, your resources. In this case, I would put in there, didn't well, we did finish it, but Jan and I were pushing to finish that. I was going to go under the DNF, the did not finish. Okay, projects and goals, any kind of like my collage goals. And again, you can make it fit yourself. You can make it fit whatever you're doing. History and eras, cultures, discoveries, inventions, time, people, events, science. I think I have a fashion one. Yeah, I do have a fashion. I need to put I keep those little rings handy, the little reinforcers, because if you don't use your notebooks a lot, you need reinforcements. So that's history and era. Stories, anything that you, and this comes in handy whenever we do a zine swap, or any kind of themed ATC swap. Myths, legends, folk tales, fairy tales, fantasy, conspiracies. As we did conspiracies. Janet has a, well, we won't. Yeah, Janet can show whatever she wants. I always tell Janet, show this, show that. But anyway, so if you are into doing any kind of themed, story based, like Cinderella, for instance. I'm just giving that as an example. We've done so many different stories, themes, folk tales, legends, that kind of thing. Bigfoot, anything like that can go under stories. Let's see. Yeah, she is, Tina. She is the best watcher ever. She is the best watcher ever. Okay, then tab 17, nature. Anything to do with my garden, flowers, trees, any books that I have that I like on nature that can go under here, botanicals, anything like that. Countries and cities that you've been to, want to visit, or like in Janet's case, she did a whole passport journal, or she's working on, she keeps it ongoing, where she does a passport journal of visiting. You research and draw out anything about those countries that you may like to visit or just want to research, look into. Maybe Janet will pull that again. Janet, just pull all your journals today. Just pull them all. But that's one of my favorites is Janet's passport journal. And then fashion, any kind of what you have, like if you have any trims or designers, fabric, texture, eras. If if you're into any kind of the 50s, or the medieval or whatever. Let's see, or more cities you never want to return to. That could go in there too, Tina. Symbols. I love anything with symbols, numbers, glyphs, runes, in art, or that are secret symbols, or that symbols that in art, probably not so much anymore, but it used to be that things meant stuff, in art back in the day. If you use certain symbols, or certain picture, you painted certain things that meant something. Like look at Bosch, Hieronymus Bosch, his work. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you want to see symbols, go look at some Bosch. Food, that could be any restaurants, recipes. So this is just your collections. That's why it's called the SOIC, Society of Idea Collecting. This is collecting your ideas, right? Holidays, any plans, memories, the origins, the history of holidays, or just what you want to do with holidays. You want to make holiday wreaths. Well, what kind of holiday wreaths? You want to do Santa's, gnomes, whatever. Songs, the origins and the lyrics of your favorite songs. And that's it. That's 24 tabs. And I have 24 tabs here for each one of those. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Then, and y'all seen, I showed a lot of my other notebooks last week. Sketchbooks, journals, idea books. So I get that right back in the shelf where it belongs. Okay. So I decided that because I'm doing so many, and I've got probably, I don't know, 25, 30, maybe 30 different discs that I've done because a lot of my, and I'll pull out some of my poster collages that I've done. And of course, all the ones that are finished, they're on Instagram. So you just got to scroll back for all the years that I've been doing collage to see them. But I've been doing the discs, the circle disc. So I've been writing down. I started here. Let's get past this here. I got a few sheets here. So what I did is I made a template. I made a template of the smallest disc. Okay, this is the smallest disc, but it's not so much the size. I just made a template of the smallest disc. But I have this size, which is a 6-inch disc. Then I have the 9-inch size disc. Then I have the 14-inch disc. And most of my discs are the 14-inch ones. But I have done quite a few 9-inch and a few of the smaller ones. And the smaller ones, y'all know, I usually give those away. I have a few that I've kept, but I give those away. And the ones, y'all, I forget who won them week before last. They've already been sent out. I haven't heard back. I haven't written down who won them. I don't remember who won the, let's see, was it Asa in Sweden and Ambient? Atlanta Ambient won the other one. So I haven't heard that, and I don't expect the one for us in Sweden gets there anytime like real fast. But I did mail them out, so hopefully, where do you find the 150? You can get them on Amazon, and sometimes they have them at Walmart. Michael's has 100, but the 150 you get on Amazon. Okay. So let me see what I'm missing in chat. Do you get on that? I just love seeing Janet's stuff. I mean, I love her Zentangle, her books, her zines. And I haven't shown my zines lately either, but we need to do another zine swap or an artist. I think everybody voted to do an ATC swap as opposed to a zine swap. I think that's what most people wanted to do. The next swap is a ATC swap. Now I like artists. I like 3x4. I like them to be a little bigger, and I call them art cards. But everybody was voting for ATCs, which are 2.5 by 3.5, and they are easy to mail back and forth. So maybe we'll. Let me write myself a note, and I'll talk to Janet. We'll see what we want to. What theme, if y'all have a theme you want, just email me or Janet and tell us what kind of theme. And ATC, so I'm going to make a note here. And theme ? Okay, because I think everybody kind of voted for ATC swap as opposed to another zine swap. Zines do take a little bit more work. Yeah. Ambient has her first live video up and running. Okay. View, what's the name of her channel? Do you know the name of her channel? Because I haven't been to it yet. Okay, Asa. Hope your disc gets there soon. And if y'all don't follow Asa on Instagram, she has stunning coloring over on Instagram. So y'all go follow her there too. Okay, let's see. Alien kittens on Mars. Yes, I did. That's in one of my. Was that in what book? Which one was that in? I don't remember if that was a disc. I think that was a disc, wasn't it, Arlene? I didn't pull all my discs in here, but anyway. So what my point is I started a new sketchbook of ideas. I mean, it's just another sketchbook. Okay, just another sketchbook. But I started by doing a whole bunch of circles. Let me find if I have some blank ones. I just started, so there's not a lot in here. But I just did a whole bunch of circles so that when I have an idea for a collage, I will sketch it out real quick. And I just sketch it out with a ballpoint pen. That's my favorite quick sketch tool is just a big ballpoint pen. Tina lost power. Oh, gee. Okay. Thanks, Arlene. Let's see. Okay, thanks, View. View's gonna try to find Ambiance channel. Or Kat might find it too. I don't know, because I don't know if it's under Ambient or if it's what her YouTube channel name is on her actual making video channel. Okay, so let's just see. Got a little flat. Let's brighten this up just a little because white paper, you know. So, okay. So I just do a whole bunch of circles. This is the small disc, but it just fits on here. You can use a plate or whatever, you know. So anyway, so what I started doing is just some more ideas that I have for some more collages. And this can be a background. I could end up like here, I wanted to do this pillars and columns with this fountain I have this new fountain book from Poor Toast. So and I have an idea for a row, but it can have any other theme in here as well. But this is, you know, and I can flip through this. And if I'm looking at this, I go, oh, you know, that would be really good with a giraffe. I mean, you know, it could be anything. But what I'm saying is I can sketch down some quick little sketches. Let's see. Her channel name is Ambient Landscapes. Okay, Ambient Lawns. She has been here a while. Has always supported. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you, View. I'll have to go check her out. Thank you, Ambient Landscapes. Thank you. Appreciate you going hunting that up. And Kat's looking for a link. All right. So anyway, so here we go. Like this will be an undersea world one, and I started thinking about the one I'm doing for Samantha's friend. I said, oh, I want to put an octopus on top of this portal here, and so my idea is to have this portal right here, and it's not going to necessarily look like this. Is just the idea, right? This is just the idea, but have the portal here, and then inside this is underwater, but you're going to see outer space in there. This will be outer space in here. Okay, with stars and planets and all. So yeah. So as you see what I mean about just quick little, you got your okay, Tina. So these are just quick little sketches here. This is just a composition idea. Here's another space and castle and waterfall and a mist. And so as you can see, this is another, I love me putting some pyramids in something. So, and then I like the idea of these 3 watches. It could be more, but 3 watches popping up out of the desert. So time popping out of the ground. And then the pyramids, I believe at one time had water around them. And so, and that whole desert was not a desert. So anyway, so I'll put water there. I want to do a boat on the checkerboard. I've done something similar to this before, but I want to do another checkerboard with ships sailing. Ships sailing on the checkerboard. So y'all can see some of my ideas here for the, oh, thank you, Kat. Kat found it there. There's a link to Ambient. Thank you. All right, then I got this one here with the different spaceships landed, a giant planet here. So yeah. Same thing for here. This is a frozen world. This is an ice world, and have all these frozen trees, but they're shells. The trees are shells. So yeah. Looks like a lollipop, but it's shell trees. In an ice world. Okay, so same thing. This one I thought about doing a grid with different worlds in each grid with a different time in each one. Here's another one with stairs going behind the mountains there, the distant mountains. And then this is all space right here. So these stairs are going up through space and around the back of the mountains there. And then, so let's see. This is one that is in one of the abandoned books that I did. I did an altered abandoned book page with the bridge coming up to a arch. And so I want to kind of recreate that in a different way, but with the bridge going up to the. And I have a post. I'll pull the posters out that. This reminds me of another one I did with a poster too. And here's another portal with a reflection, so it's like a mirror image there. This is another undersea and space. So in the outer space, we got fish as stars and coral and plant shells as planets. See, I'm showing y'all all my ideas. You know, I don't hide it. I show y'all everything. Show y'all everything. Okay, so this one I want to because I want to use my fountains that I got from my fountain book from Porto. So here's a fountain, and in the fountain is a planet. Okay, then here's space up here. Then there's waterfalls coming down here, but behind the water, this is all green. This will be green back in here behind the waterfalls, and then space is up there. I would pick the crap marker. I always grab this one. It's just got the broken down nib. And then here's another one. I want to do musical instruments. Like this could be a violin or a cello on the horizon here. And so instead of like mountains, it's got like the musical instrument there as the hill. So y'all still with the tour? And that's it. So I just got a whole bunch more blank ones ready to go. So like I said, I just started this. So that's all I really have done so far in this. All right, so there we go. But I like big, thick notebooks because then I feel like, oh, I want to fill it. You know what I mean? Oh, and then I did have in the back here, I did come across this. This is old, and Denise, it made it past the great clean out of 10 years ago. Y'all remember when Denise threw away anything I had printed? You don't need to print everything. You don't need it printed out. You have the internet. You don't need it printed out. Well, this one made it through the cut. This I printed out in 2002. And it is the symbols of Hieronymus Bosch. So here's the images and the meanings. And anyway, so this one made it past. This made it past Denise's great throw out of whatever it was. So yeah, so I put this in here too because that's part of my, collage disc worlds. I have meanings for things. Even though I usually don't tell y'all the things that they mean because I like y'all to figure out what it means to you. You know, that's what I like about like surrealism is you can look at it and say, well, I wonder what that means. What does she mean by that? You know, and well, what does it mean to me? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So anyway, so I have this notebook for that. Okay. Yes, my coffee lids view. Oh my gosh, she threw away feet. Because this is what I use. They're already getting to be quite a few here that I was gluing this morning, so that's still wet. I use and then for a while I wasn't using Folgers Colombian coffee. I was using Pete's in a bag. And then Pete's started tasting a little bitter. So I went back to the Colombian. But these are what I use for my everyday palettes. I got the bigger palettes and stuff. But these are my quick palettes. And plus I use these on stream because they're easy to use on stream because they're little. And plus they're plastic. So when they fill up with paint on there, this one's a little stuck. Let's see. When they fill up with paint, you can just peel off. You can just clean them like this, right? And so because of that alone, because of that peelability, because of the peelability alone, you don't need more than 4 or 5 because you just peel them off, right? I can't even tell you how many hundreds of these I had. And Denise looked at me like I totally lost my mind. You don't need all those, especially because you can peel them. So this is about how many. I might have a couple some stashed away, but That video is still on my playlist. It's way back from me and Denise. I think it's got its own playlist. But I got to tell you guys, now I have good quality 1080p with StreamYard, which is pretty good for a webcam. This is not what is it when they have the professional cameras? This is just a webcam, but it's 1080p. Well, back in those days when me and Denise made that video, and back in my uploaded Ustream video days, we're lucky to have 480 or whatever it's 420, 480 ACDC, whatever it takes. Y'all remember Mr. Mom. Anyway, so what I'm saying is if you go back any more than 6, 7, 8 years, the quality is really bad on some of the videos. But I left that one up because it is so funny. It is hilarious with me and Denise cleaning out this room. And it was before I had my pin wall. And anyway, all right. So let me show you this book real quick because I did get this over few days ago anyway. It's called Map Men, and apparently, and I did find their channel. They do have a channel. I've not watched any of their videos yet, so I can't, say how their videos, what they do on their YouTube channel because I haven't watched any. I followed them because I want to go back and watch them because I got the book. But they're Map Men. And what it is when maps go wrong and why it matters. So let me just read the intro here. And I've only just got into, I'm only up to page, I don't know. I just read the intro and, couple of pages. So I'm in chapter 1. Okay. So anyway, let me just read what it says here. And you can find, bye, Glitter. Thank you, Carrie. So for being okay. Have a good day at the office. All right. The debut book from the YouTube sensation and all-around cartographic nerds, the Map Men. And again, I've not seen any of their videos yet. Hello, we're the Map Men, and in the following pages, we've selected what we believe to be some of the very best wrong maps. Some of them are decades old, and some are so recent they're being published today or yesterday if you're reading this tomorrow. They include world maps, colonial maps, corporate maps, Soviet maps, pioneer maps, news maps, and maps whose intended use was hijacked for a French surrealistic political movement of the 1950s. Whether you're an avid map junkie or simply map curious, you will uncover a unique tale of adventure, error, and unexpected humor in each chapter as we attempt to answer the question, what on earth happened here? So anyway, and there they are, their brothers there. So anyway, yeah. So that is called This Way Up. That's the title of it, This Way Up, and it's by the Map Men. So I just got it, so I'm excited to read it. But anyway, okay. So let's see quickly. I made a note for the ATC swap. Okay, let's see here. All right, let me pull out. I'll show you some of my posters, then we'll probably head on out. Here's a one. This is kind of my most recent. This one's not that big. Let me back my camera out as far as it'll go. Okay, that's as far back as it'll go. This one we just did here a couple weeks ago. Now let me go ahead and get the flashy out of there. Okay, so this one we just did, and I did make a print of it, and I've sent out some prints of this. But we just did this, about maybe a month ago, and it's one of the smaller ones of my posters. Let's see, let me get a ruler here. Rulers. Oh, I don't think I can measure it with this one. Here comes Malibu. Or is that Oliver? Let's see. Okay. All right, so that's a clear. I should have pulled my metal ruler because it's hard to see this clearer. Let's see which way does it go. Okay, so this is it's about 14 by I think 22. Because that's usually this size is 22. So it's about 14 by 22. And we just did this one a couple weeks ago. So, all right, hang on. That one just happened to pop out of the portfolio. hang on, let's see here. Gotta get past all my Inktober posters. Just a minute. Okay, what's this one? This one is a kind of a new one too. This is probably the next to the last one that we did. Right. Let's see. I'll just pull a couple of them. Let's see. All right, there we go. And then we'll head out. Don't forget, Janet comes on at 1. What are you doing over there, Malibu? Are you getting in trouble? Oh, okay. You're going to take up the table. Now, these are 20. Well, this one's probably 20 by 22. So there's this one. So, Malibu, you're so sweet, baby. So you can see by my hand how big they are. Again, this kind of flashed out. Let me turn down the brightness. So thanks, everybody, for being here. All right. This one, these are 22 by 30. These are full-on poster size here. And this one is one of my medieval stories here with castles and knights and dragons and, you know, water, lots of waterfalls and water. So this mixed media, that means it's collage and paint. Malibu, you're in the way. Okay. This one's pretty old. This one is, let's see, what date? Do I have a date on here? 2000, oh, it's 18. I guess that's not too long ago. But this was my lemurs in circus in space. So all my little acrobats going through the constellation there. And then I painted the lemurs, and then the little animals are collage, as are the little circus guys. And then the background's all paint. Thank you, Rainbow. Now here's one that's not done. This is kind of one of the ones I was talking about with the bridge. So I would like to do a disc, one of the 14-inch discs, to do something similar to this. This one's not done. You can see it's not painted in. It's not blended. It's just, you know, the marbles are different planets. I got to paint those in and out. But anyway, you can see some, you know, you can kind of see some. But I do want to do another, a disc. And I'm not going to pull out my disc worlds because those are all pretty recent and they're on Instagram. You can see my Instagram. Okay, so there's another one. And these are all like 22, 24 by 30. So this one's 2019. So I really like this one too. But you can see they're large. They be large. Here's another. Okay, so another one. And I've made some prints of a few of them, but these are so big that when you shrink them down, it just loses every bit of detail. When you shrink them down too much, you know, to be a 8 by 10, you know. So there's this one. I really like the way this little section turned out right here. I really like that. Malibu, you're just a purring away. So I really like the way that turned out. I like sections that are, you know, my favorites. You too, Arlene. Okay. And there's this one. This has got my little robot guy down here. Robot guy down there. So lots going on in the post because I can get a lot of stuff in on these big posters. And then a couple more. This is one of my favorites. I love this one. The crashed UFO. So there's some UFOs up there. Crashed there. So you can make up a whole story about what's going on if you so desire. Okay, then the last one that I pulled is the Garden of Eden. So this one is the Garden of Eden. There's space there. There's the garden. And then that's where death came from. Death came in the garden. So there's that. This one I really like. The colors aren't showing up too much. There we go. It's just a little flash out. I should turn the brightness down. There we go. That's a little better. So I like them all for different reasons. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think so. There's some samples of some big posters. You can do, that size. You can do big size. You can do medium size like these, or you can do discs. Like I like doing the 14-inch discs are my favorite. Although I do make the 9-inch and the 6-inch discs too. But got the little hand up there. I like this one. Okay, so there we go. All right, guys, I think I'll head on out. I hope y'all enjoyed this and seeing a little bit of Leon's journey with, basing it in. And I'll take a picture. Maybe this is a good thumbnail here, just that. Or maybe Leon. Maybe I need Leon in the picture. So, all right, guys. Well, y'all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you at Janet's at 1. And hope y'all. I hear you, Malibu. She's just a purring. Just a purr. I don't know if y'all can hear. Thank you, Terry. And you continue to take care and hang out with us, Terry, okay? We don't want you lonely or anything, so hang out with us, okay? And Devin, if we don't get to talk to you much before you leave on your trip to Amsterdam, make sure you get some cool stuff to bring back to show us. All right, guys, we'll see you at Janet's. Bye.